Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to plan your newsletter. And what I want to do is do a lot of things in bulk. So I spend the time doing the heavy lifting, if you will, ahead of time so that I'm prepared and I can do newsletter after newsletter after newsletter because all the heavy lifting had already been done. We're going to do all that at one shot. So join me. Click the subscribe button, ring the bell because I don't want you to miss anything. And let's dive into this. And I'm going to share with you right here, we have a newsletter planner. It's a real simple. I'll share this with you down the links below. But this comes from the cornerstone of marketing. If you have not already used the cornerstone of marketing, I'll leave a link down below for that. And this is where we're going to take all that information, that heavy lifting we did before, that's going to give us all of our content, all of our who we're talking to, the subject matter that we're going to speak to, the problems we solve, and what's the transformation. And we're going to use this here. So we're going right away. Our audience, I'm going to say right now, is business owners. And one of the pain points that they have is their pipeline. So they want their marketing pipeline and transformation. Well, in this case, they don't have enough clients. They don't have their phone calls. They don't have appointments. That's their pipeline, and it's not there. So what's the transformation? They're going to have a full pipeline. And I'm going to say not just prospects, but qualified prospects. But just for this purposes here, transformation. Now, we have who we're speaking to, what our topic's going to be, and what's that transformation. So as we write our article, our blog, whatever content we're going to be putting out, this is what we're going to be gearing that specific piece of content for. Now we're going to do some heavy lifting. Keywords. I like to start off with Google Trends. So I want to pull that open real quick. And let's go with, how about marketing pipeline? And we'll do, if I could spell this right, let's do that again. And I do like that they also gave us some examples of here. And there's a particular book. And I will dive through some of those books if they give us examples, because some of those are trending because they just came out and they're doing a lot of hype over it. Why not ride that wave? And that's what we're looking for on this particular part of doing the trends, is what waves, what's popular now that we can look at. And I try to keep things that are above 100. This is not so much. It's not a bad to go look for this. We can dive down a little bit deeper if they have more for us and where it's coming from. And I'm going to focus on the United States. So it's not even the top in here, but they also can give you some other related potential things to look for. I'm not going to dive too much on this particular video on how to do it, but I am showing you where I go to get some of the information. So for this little video, I'm going to say that's one of our key words. I'm going to go and multiply that out times 3 because I want 3 of those at least before I put any content out. So it'll help direct all the information that I am going to put out. It's going to be searchable. So I'm trying to optimize that for what's trending right now. Another thing I can do is I can go over to and answer the public. So I'm going to sit there and say, okay, well, that's another topic I want. I want the United States, and I'll do a search. Answer the Public is a really good resource. It's free for the first few, but it's going to break down a little bit more of what are some of those keyword phrases or long string keywords. So it's not just marketing, not just pipeline, marketing pipeline. There's 2. Let's see if it goes up a little bit more. And that's going to help us with our title and also our research. So this is working now. This is bringing up, I'll accept the cookies this time. So marketing pipeline brings us all these other areas up into view. Marketing pipeline stages. And then you could go through here and by the color coding tells you which ones are more searched for than not, so that you can get an idea. And you can pick a couple of these, and those might be your how to make marketing pipeline. Maybe. Again, if I spent more time with you on this, I would go through and say, okay, here's some examples. That might be pretty good because people are looking for examples on there. Stages. I might do a strategy if it's not posted on here. But again, if you're going to, how much to click for this and everything else, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on here. This could be an entirely whole new video, but that might be where I pick out some of my keywords or at least keyword phrases, all dealing with the topic of marketing pipeline. With that, I can move on and I'm going to go. Okay, there's a lot of places you can go for hashtag generating. AI has so much of that out here. I'm just going to pick this one, plop in the marketing pipeline, get my returns and see some of these other hashtags. And again, you can pull any of these out, all of these out, look through them. I do the research on these. They show some numbers there. I can use those, but I'm going to go old school. And yeah, I'm going to use maybe some of these hashtags, but let's test them out. So we can go over to LinkedIn and we can start testing out some hashtags. Up in the left-hand side, we got the search. We can do a hashtag, and I'll start off with our, marketing pipeline, and let's see how popular that one is on LinkedIn, because that's really where my audience is going to be. And I'm looking up here, and I'm seeing some businesses that use that, which may or may not be my clients. If the decision makers aren't looking. Looking over here at the people, not so many are using this as their hashtags. So I'm thinking probably not a great one to use, but let's go back and pull some more out here. I'm looking B2B. How about B2B leads? And I think that might be pretty good. So we can take B2B leads and let's plug this in, see how that goes. Okay, B2B leads and okay, so somewhere in the middle there. So it's with 798, that's in the middle. Uh, lower numbers, not that many search for it, but if they're really into it, I'll look at the people who are following it, who are actually using it. If that's my ideal clients, then that makes sense. Um, I think this was right in the middle of the road. If it's a couple thousand, you get a lot of people looking, but it might be lost in a big sea. So if I could do a small, medium, and large scale people who actually follow a hashtag, I think that's a good mix. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on to this one. We'll add that to our hashtags. All right, and I'm going to keep going. And what's the ideal number? I'd probably put at least 6, no more than 12. Links, once I publish this, and I'm doing this newsletter on LinkedIn, your marketing insider, once it's published, I'll copy the link here. If I have links to photos, I may add the links to the photos here or particular articles, but any links I'm going to use or want to reference, it's all in one spot. Now the thing that's left is headlines. And again, you can go use the AI for the headlines. I'm going to do a little bit of research, go back to answer the public again. Look at some way they are being searched for, and do any of those make sense to add into the title or the headline. And I'm going to help, this is going to help with my SEO in optimizing that article to be found. So I might go through here, look at a few of these. Typically a how-to is always good. If it's high ranking on here, so that's what I'm looking for is finding what makes sense with my audience, what makes sense to be looking for, and that makes sense for the actual article and the piece. It's all got to come together. So, also looking at some of those, I can get ideas for other articles that also makes sense. So, these are some tools I'll go through. I'll research some of these. I may add more topics based on what I'm finding out here because what people are actually looking for and searching for. I have enough here for a headline because we have it. We have enough here. Let's go ahead and let's see here. We definitely want to have B2B, probably B2B business. So let's see. How to. I always love a how to. Okay, so let's go with how to fill your marketing pipeline and then how about for B2B businesses. Okay, so I could add my headline there. I have everything that I need. If I come up with some other ideas, I'll include those ideas. I can even add a spot here for future ideas if I want. And if I'm doing one article a week, I've got 52 I can do the heavy lifting for. And it gives me who my audience is, what's the issue that I'm going to be talking about, the transformation they're going to have, already the keywords I want to incorporate in my writing, what's already there for my headline with the hashtags. And I'll go ahead and fill all this out so we're ready to go. It just takes a couple hours of that heavy lifting, and it's going to be all great. I thank you for watching this. I hope it was useful to you. Would love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to leave a comment down below, that would be excellent. Again, go ahead and follow, click the link, and look forward to your success. Have a great day.